hear that, Omi? Yes. Okay. Okay.
I'm going live now. Fabulous. Hey, cyber babies, welcome to the program. I want you to remember to follow this program, follow the Mother Love Show on Facebook, on X, Twitter, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and other platforms. We have some sad news to report. Senator Dianne Feinstein, who was one of the senators representing the state of California, she made her transition yesterday, and we want to send out our deepest condolences to her family, her friends, her constituents, all of us in California. She made an impact on this state for many, many, many years. And we just want to send out condolences. Well, I don't want to send out condolences. I want to send out a celebration thing, because it's time to celebrate her life and celebrate all the people's lives when they leave you. Celebrate their life. Glory in their spunk. Hey, cool TLC, what's going on with you, man?
What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Good day.
That's good to hear you. We I know you heard about Dianne Feinstein.
Yep.
Dianne Feinstein. What's your take on her?
I mean, it's just she had a legacy of stuff that she did, and was, the first. She was a first of many things that she did. You know what I'm saying? She was the first mayor. She was the first woman mayor in California, to be elected like that, and the first woman to be considered as a president's running mate. You know what I'm saying? She just did a lot of things. The gun, she had assault back in '94.
Now,
she had assault weapons. The law against it, and now it faded out, but nobody else picked it up. But she was the first person that did that.
And she's always been a champion for the state of California and for all of America. I mean, we all loved her. It's just wonderful, the big footprints she put down. So it's time for somebody to step up. Hopefully it'll be a younger person. How was she, like 80-something years old?
No, she was 90 years old.
She was 90.
And she worked. The thing about it is, when somebody says, and I'm going to give her like big kudos for real, because she worked until the wheels fell off. Like she was going that yesterday. She went and voted and came home.
What does that say about her character? And she left a legacy for all of us, for the state of California, for women in specifics, and for younger people. She always kept young people around her. She was always willing to teach and guide and direct. And she one thing I could tell you about Senator Feinstein, she didn't bite her tongue. She let you know exactly how she felt. So it wasn't like she wasn't pussyfooting around. She just, look, this is what it is, and this is how I'm voting, and y'all can go pound sand. That's right. What y'all can do. And I'm just hoping that her family and her friends and her constituents understand and celebrate the legacy of Senator Feinstein. We glory in your spunk. Welcome. I know God is saying, welcome home, daughter. Come on, job well done. She did a great job up until the end. And that's a legacy that these Republicans right now need to start paying attention to, because they're paying attention to everything else except for what's really going on. We're on the verge of yet another Republican shutdown of the government. But they want to whine and complain and say, well, the economy is not that. Well, we'll just pick 4 things out and that's what we'll fund. And you sit up and, but you would rather cut off WIC. You rather cut off SNAP. You want to tell the soldiers, go out there and put your life on the line. Okay, but we're not going to pay you to do that because they don't. What is the deal with this? When you see this going on with all this other stuff, what goes through your head?
That whoever started kicking the can did it. When they start, I'm just not going to just put it on the Republican Party. This can been kicked for a long time. When do we pay our bills? Because I can't kick my bills down the line like this. So when do we start paying bills? You know what I'm saying? We already don't want to default on nothing, but then we gonna default on America, and we just kicking this can. Because even if they pass this, they only gonna kick it down for a couple more weeks. Then they gotta vote on it again.
And I don't understand what the madness is. You see what's going on. People are being murdered and slaughtered day after day in this country. But we don't need a ban on assault weapons. That'll just be too much. And you see, it just baffles my mind as we are on the brink of yet another government shutdown. It's like they don't even understand what the government does. The government funds FEMA, and we done had 2,000 different disasters across the country. So rather than rebuild, you want to whine and complain about, well, we want to impeach President Biden because we don't really know why we're impeaching the president. Now, how stupid is that? That you would start impeachment proceedings in the throes, in the brink of us going on a government shutdown.
Right, so, because they ain't caring about all of that. This is just about a power move. This is really about a power move. And it's like, it's a stupid power move because the people in the middle is us, the regular people. The regular people that, then that slows down on flights. Then that slows down on TSA. Then that slows down on WIC and slows down on, food stamps and everything else that goes along with this that the government workers and military and all them got to do. And you don't even care. And you're going to look these people in their face after this done and say, my fault. Because that's all you're going to say is my fault. Or blame it on somebody else.
Of course. Yeah, my bad. We don't want you looking at what we really need to be talking about. We don't want you looking at the economy and the government shutdown. Just look at us. We want to impeach the president. And how crazy is this? You sit up here, you Republicans. Wait, hey, let me ask you this: when they went 15 rounds to get Kevin McCarthy as the Speaker of the House, and he begged, please make me the Speaker, please. I'll do whatever you ask me to do, please. You think he's bitten off more than he can chew with all of this going on at the head of a government shutdown?
No, I really don't think, because who else was in the candidate to run? Wasn't nobody else there. Didn't nobody else in the Republican Party want that position? So who was else gonna step up if he had to decide I don't want it? Or who was gonna step up?
And what would they do? Because they're talking about, okay, if you don't do our bidding, like MTG said, okay, I'll give you my vote, but you got to put me on like powerful committees, and I want you to be my whipping boy, because I might want to run for be on the 45th in his radar. I want to be in the area because he might pick me to be the vice president. Yeah, right. Loco. Really, really loco. And this is what you do. They're talking about 7 million people who will be directly affected. But when you think about it, all of us will be directly affected by this. People can't get food, they're going to start stealing. People can't get close to resources, then they're going to start robbing people. So and they talk about, we got too much crime. People need to get jobs, and this is what you're not doing. And the federal government is saying, oh no, we have jobs out there, so people have to be retrained. I don't understand what the problem is. And when you say it's a power move, what kind of power do they really think they're going to have if the government shuts down yet again?
But that's just it right there. They got their foot on the pulse of what can happen. Now I believe, and all I believe, because it done happened before, we gonna come out of it. It might be a shutdown, but I don't really see it happening. I'm really optimistic about maybe it might not happen, because some stroke of genius relevancy to their brain, they'll be able to say, because all it is just say yes, get it over with, and then handle it on the other side. And like, it's not that difficult just to say yes.
Just to say yes. Yes, we will do this. We got to get the budget under control. Okay, I guess you all weren't thinking about getting the budget under control when the 45th gave the top 1% in this country a forever tax break. And they're talking about billions and billions of dollars that they got a tax break on. Okay, so the people that have helped make them rich don't get a say in it. don't have any skin in the game. I think we got more skin in the game than the politicians do. And they're like, oh, well, the government belongs to us. We can do whatever we want. I'm the governor. I'm the mayor. I'm the senator. I'm the president. No, you don't. You don't get to lie your way through and then not come back on you. I don't know why they think they could just keep doing this, and over and over and over again. And it's like you said, this isn't just the Republicans. The Democrats have kicked this can down the road, just like they have on immigration, just like they have on the DACA. They don't want to keep the kids here, just like they've done on, with students having this exorbitant bill on their backs when they graduate from college, and a lot of them cannot even get a job in their field. There are more people that have PhDs that can't get a job. They're either overqualified or they're looking for something else. What else can you get besides becoming a medical doctor? So it's just a whole bunch of BS, and they don't care what people do. They don't care how people are going to survive. I mean, we look at how the fire, I'm still suspect about that Hawaii fire, really, because how does a fire jump 800 miles and burn just one whole swath of Hawaii down? Just burn it down to the ground.
It don't. But if we say anything about it, it's a conspiracy theory. We just coming up with conspiracy theories because that ain't really true. Come on, the evidence speaks for itself. How can it do it? How can a fire direct itself?
800 miles down the road, it just hit this part of Hawaii. And people keep forgetting Hawaii is a United States. It is. Puerto Rico is part of the United States. American Samoa is part of the United States. And it is our responsibility to help our people out first. Charity begins at home and spreads abroad. Now, I absolutely feel, just devastated about what's going on, how Russia just invaded Ukraine and just is decimating it to the ground. And I'm not trying to start no conspiracy theory, but who's going to be the one that's going to go over there and clean that up? Who's going to get all that metal and that concrete up? It's going to be somebody from over here, because they're going to get one of these big after the war companies to come and say, okay, well, you go in and you fix it up and we'll give you $1 trillion budget for it. Not even thinking about what we need. And for them to say, we want to cut aid to the Ukraine. Okay, but for what? They're holding up money for the Ukraine to help them, and they're like, okay, well, we don't want to give them any more money, but we don't want to use any of our resources for our own people. You want to cut the SNAP program. You want to put daycare is already out of reach for most people, and now you want to gut what's left because you don't care if the kids grow up, right or what. You think it's what? Unnecessary to start educating our children and teaching them about good nutrition and manners and how to, conduct themselves as human beings. Oh, so I guess we don't want that.
So that ain't what they want. They want to stay in power. If the world stays dumb, if people stay dumb and don't consider and be dealing with all this foolishness, you ain't got to worry about the government. Because what do people always say? The one thing that people always say that makes me know that they ain't looking out for the world, they need to do something about that. Well, they is you. Why you ain't doing nothing about it? Well, I don't got no control over it. Okay, you got control over whatever you want to have control. You just don't want to take. Oh, that's right. Then you'll be accountable. My fault. I'm saying the wrong thing.
Okay, so you done jump. Now you're asking for accountability and reasoning. And moving forward. And what do they want to hold on to power with? You're a bunch of old, rich, white men who want to hold on to power for what? You're not helping anybody with the power except yourselves. You really forgot that you work for the American people. Period. And do your job, and they're not doing their job. They're not even acting like they're trying to do their job. They're not even trying to, what they say, fake it till you make it. It's just like with this impeachment for President Biden. Okay, their top, this is what's real crazy. it's like they don't even see how much they're humiliating themselves, how bad they look as politicians to us, and how bad we look around the world. People are looking at us like, well, I thought they were supposed to be bad Leroy Brown, baddest guy in the whole damn town. And everybody looking at you like, okay, that was stupid. Why they want their military to work for free? I thought they was giving the military $800 billion. So why they got to work for free? You want to cut the military. You want to cut our military. We're already in a quagmire, and be trying to be in everybody else's business. And we don't want to tend to ours. Scripture says, don't be criticizing somebody else about a stick in their eye when you got a log in your eye and you can't pull that out so you can see. Okay.
Right. That's why I don't be looking at the politicians. I don't be looking at them. They probably looking at me. I can't see them. I ain't worried about it.
Okay.
I'm petty like that.
But is that really being petty? Yes, it is, because we need all eyes on we need all hands on deck. We need as many eyeballs as we can get. We need as many young people that are of a voting age that they could get. I don't know. Okay. And they just making themselves look stupider and stupider. It's like we just can't get enough of being humiliated. I don't understand. Okay. He just gets on my last working nerve. Jordan, a Republican from Ohio, who tried. It's just really getting crazy. It's like, well, we don't care about the humiliation. Jordan actually sent Fonnie Willis a stupid letter talking about, I demand to see everything that you have on this RICO case. I demand to see, what you're doing, and I want it done now. And she was like, really? And she told him, you have no jurisdiction. Federal laws don't have any jurisdiction in state law. I couldn't send you a book of matches. So what are you talking about? He acting like, he got that kind of power. He still does not address the fact that he was involved in the sex scandal at the Ohio State University on the wrestling team. Let's not forget that. He sitting up there like he, all powerful, and like he the great, whatever. I'm all seeing, all knowing, but you have not been accountable once to any of those young people from the Ohio State University and the horrible position you put these young people in. And you don't think that's going to come back and get you? Oh, I'm getting so excited. My glasses is fogging up again.
Right.
I don't get it.
Woo-sa. Because you got a rodeo. Woo-sa, because you got a rodeo and other stuff that's about to happen. So it's like, come on now. Whatever, like they say, whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
And it's going horribly wrong. And he sent her another note that says, and now she's just being evil. Now she's just being mean. Why would she tell me that I can't do that? Now I think she's just mean. She has an agenda. She's going to write a book. She's going to do this, that, and the third. You know what? Please, can you just shut up? Just close your mouth. Just stop talking. And then, they had the first day of hearings yesterday, right? On the impeachment on President Biden, right?
Right.
Okay, now how bad is this when your first star witness, Professor Turley, y'all can Google it, your first star witness said, well, yeah, I read everything, and I don't see anything that even remotely recognizes the president, being impeached for high crimes and misdemeanors. And it's just not there. You cannot put something that's not there. And this is their star witness. Right. And they're sitting up there with their thumb up their butt, and he's telling them, look, you don't get to do all this crazy stuff. You do not get to do this, and they're like, well, why can't we do it? What's wrong with us doing this? I just think he tried to bully her, and he just so stupid. And she just let him have it again. And it's like, go get the book. You got $249. Go get the book. Stupid people that don't understand the laws, don't understand state laws. But yet, this cat has been in the Ohio. He's been an Ohio Republican for he's been in the same job for 16 years. Ask me how many bills he's introduced.
None.
Zero, nada, nothing. He has not introduced not one bill in 16 years. And he gonna try to bully somebody who is a past master at her position, at her job, somebody who actually did go to law school, actually did graduate, actually is in law. Then I found out this. This is why I think he knows the law better than she does. He went to law school, but it was too hard. It was too hard. He couldn't finish it. So he dropped out. So when did he drop out? His freshman year, his junior year, when right before graduation, and that makes you think that you have privy to what laws are
Right.
delegated in Georgia. Is that what you're doing?
Right. That's what he think he doing. Cause he think he know the law. Cause he been in the seat. Just cause you had a lot of experience, that's good experience because that's hand-on experience. But did you read the fundamentals? Did you read the fundamentals before you start doing your hands-on? Because hands-on mean you making up as you go along
As you
and
go
not
along.
following the fundamentals. You're not following them.
And it's just crazy. They get their star witness in Republican Party, and he was like, "There's no there. You can't make this up as you go along." And it's almost like the committee to impeach the president is like, okay, Kevin McCarthy said, remember he said he wasn't going to start an impeachment inquiry on the president because he didn't feel like there was anything there. So I don't know what happened between Tuesday for the second conversation to Thursday last week when he said, "Oh, okay, he bulked under pressure from, I would say, the 45th, because he still got his hands and feet and hair into everything Republican, and he's still going around having rallies. He still thinks he's too good to get on the debate stage. But you sitting up here making it up as you go along, or you're like, okay, well, we'll impeach him, and then we'll find something to impeach him for. So we'll call a committee to impeach President Biden, and then somewhere down the line, we'll be able to find something that he did that was illegal and will amount to a high crime and a misdemeanor." Oh,
Right. All of this stuff ain't nothing but some high school mess. This is just who's popular, who's not, who's grimy, who's not, who's a bully, who's not, who's good, who's bad. It's just a whole bunch of high school. Like, even though we're grown adults in the room, we still live in that high school life. In life for real, not just politics. People do that in regular life.
right.
You live a high school life because you want to be popular. But popular for what reason? There is no reason for you to be popular if you're not trying to set a good example of being popular. Now, if you're trying to do some skullduggery and all that foolishness, then you'll be a leader of the foolish people.
That's what.
But I swear that ain't going nowhere.
And the people that follow behind them, who believe every word that comes out of their mouths, if the Republicans say it, if the former president says it, it's got to be the gospel. You got to believe that. And you know how they do these men on the street, women on the street, and the people stop and, ask them, "So what is your opinion about thus and so?" Well, I really don't have an opinion, but if the 45th say to do it, well, I'm going to be right there to do it. Okay, you see the damage that he's doing to the country. Oh, well, that really is, we'll be able to clean that up. And I think he should be the president again. And that's the part I don't understand. If you can only be the president twice, and he's running now because he said the election was stolen from him. So if the election was stolen from you and you still believe that you should have been president, and you got people thinking you still Mr. President, okay, how could you possibly run again for a third time? Make up your mind.
But you can run again because he didn't do 2 sessions. He only did 1. He can run again. Legally, he can run again. That's really a true fact, that you can run because he didn't win. He lost in what would have been his real second term. He lost. So he really he has, legitimately to stand on it, but should you be?
No, he has no legitimacy to stand on that. I beg to differ with you. He shouldn't be in office for anything. I mean, you just go around and look, and all the way from when he got off the bus with the guy from the was it Access Hollywood or Entertainment Tonight, when he got off the bus talking about, "I just walk up to gorgeous women and stick my tongue down their throat. I can even grab them by their pie because I could do that. I'm a celebrity." And this is the guy 70 million people voted for, who
'Cause they
said
just
if
like
she
her.
wasn't my daughter, I'd date her. Now
Right.
if that ain't standing in the room of perversion, I don't know what is. And then all the horrible things he's done after that, overinflating his property, devaluing his property so he could get a better deal, overvaluing it because he said Mar-a-Lago was worth something stupid, some kind of real like 200-300 million dollars. Really?
Right.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
But you got a bunch of people that believe in what he's selling. That's the thing. Because it's a bunch of people doing that same thing in real life.
Right.
So that's why he gets the kudos he gets or whatever he gets out of it. For him, that's why he gets that, because America is divided. We're not the United States. We're just the states of America. United is not even a part of it. We're just the state of America. And and it's just like, why is we listening to him? He said all the wrong stuff. He said everything was wrong, but everybody was like, oh, he just yeah, he fun. Never mind that. But he made himself some kind of celebrity, which, most people was looking up to until he started doing stupid stuff.
And they still kept looking up to him. I mean, he became a celebrity, in air quotes, from that TV show, the reality show. I think it's The Apprentice. And he wasn't even good on that. The biggest thing he did on that was say, "You're fired." That's the biggest thing that you got. And what do you think people are going to remember you doing? Are they going to remember that you had your top guy pay off a hooker because you didn't want and pay off a Playboy pinup lady? I don't think they call a Playboy. She was up in the Playboy magazine and paid her off too because you didn't want them ratting you out. And then you everybody that you feel like is against you. This is the former president. You throw them completely under the bus. I mean, why would anybody keep listening to you when y'all keep doing all this stupid stuff? And this guy is not even in office. And you all are just like, oh, I am not worthy. I am not worthy. Do whatever you say. And one of the former generals said that he is a cult leader because these people done drank a gallon of the Kool-Aid apiece. And what makes them think that he wasn't part of the insurrection? He was the reason for the insurrection. And remember, he said, if we could do this, let's do it. Just keep lying to him. Just keep lying to him. Then, the general, the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, he's stepping down, I think, today or tomorrow. He served this country well. But when he said what he had to say about him, then he threw him under the bus. First, he said, this is the kind of guy we need leading our military. You have no idea what goes on as a soldier or as a leader of the soldiers. Because remember, he couldn't get drafted. He had some kind of medical condition.
He had spurs on his feet. Spurs on his feet. And then all of a sudden they disappeared. Now spurs don't really, they can disappear, but they disappear after you didn't get accepted or you cheated yourself out of going to the military. And all of a sudden they disappeared.
Okay. Right. I'm walking. Remind me of the scene in Trading Places when Eddie Murphy is on a little scooter and he pretending to be crippled and blind. And then when they catch him, he's like, oh, it's a miracle. I'm cured. I don't have spurs anymore. Really?
Yeah, I can't believe it. Oh, look at my legs. They came back. Oh my God, look at my legs. Oh, bless. Oh, the Lord. Oh, bless the Lord. The Lord bless the Lord.
And that's what he did, and just walked away. Oh, my burn spurs. What is it? I can't even get it out because it sounds so stupid.
That's why I say the politics right now, and I'm going to just put this reference to it. The politics right now is like a toothache. Oh, you crying, you mad, you upset, you can't go to sleep or nothing like that until you go see the dentist. And what the dentist do? Pluck the tooth out so you can be all right.
Right.
And that's what politics is. We got to pluck the bad tooth out and get it out, but make sure that you brush your teeth so you won't get no more cavities coming to your teeth. That's how the politics are set up now.
And And to piggyback off of your bad tooth, it's coming to me. In your bad tooth, when you said about the dentist, you just want to get the tooth pulled. Now, what if you don't? It got so to the point. Okay, he pulled the tooth out, and because it's been really, really bothering you, but now you need a bone graft, and the tooth being pulled is going to be like what, $45, $50, but the bone graft could be thousands. So what did you do? And that's what seem like the politicians. Okay, we'll do a little bit over here. Okay, you won't get the bone graft. We'll just take it out, like with the budget. They want to cherry pick what we need. They said that they will fund the military, they will fund agriculture, they will fund two other things. And I'm like, so where's the assistance for the American people? What are the people that are raising children and have kids that are disabled? You gonna cut their money off? You gonna cut off a child? You would rather take candy from a baby, take food out of a baby's mouth, so you could be right and cherry pick what you want to do. Now, if we could stop and send Ukraine, they want something like 6-point-something billion more dollars. Okay, and we'd have sent them billions and billions of dollars. Okay, when does America, when do we get in line to make sure that we get help? That was the purpose of having the foundation for the least of us, for those who cannot take care of themselves. I mean, I was looking at they have a graph that if you're below certain this amount, you make this, if it's like one person in your family, 2 people in your family, and they go all the way down to 6 people. Now you got more than 6 people in your family, you can get a big but you still have to be below the poverty level. Okay, right. So now you got 6 kids, and maybe you're a single parent, and you got 6 kids, so now you got 7 people to feed. You got 7 people to clothe. You got 7 people you got to keep a roof over their head. You worked in 3 jobs just to do that. Oh, sidebar. There just was a bill passed by our governor here in the state of California that fast food workers, the minimum wage is $20 an hour.
Right.
Okay, it should be more than, they're making billions. And it's just like they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay people. Oh, wait a minute. You think you deserve a better life? You think you want to come up and be bourgeoisie like me? Oh, no. We have to keep you in the poverty class. We have to tell you that if you make X amount of dollars, you're in the poverty class. And then they'll go, well, if you make over $400,000 or something crazy like that, how many people in America that's middle class? Well, we don't really have a middle class anymore now, do we? Make $400,000.
See, that's why Calvin don't work for them no more. Calvin quit a long time ago. Like, don't nobody even know where Calvin is right now. Calvin don't even work for them no more. And I ain't got to call no name because everybody know who Calvin is.
They know who Calvin
I ain't even got to say. And if you don't know who Calvin is, Google it.
Right.
Google it.
You will know. Out. And for them to say, well, they minimum wage. And that's why this is not a conspiracy theory. Explain to me how the 45th said they were going to build a wall on the border to keep illegal immigrants from crossing into the United States, and 1,000 of them go through barbed wire and gaps in the fence. And they said 1,000 people a day come over through illegally to get into the United States because they want a better life. They feel like if I can get to America, I can get to a better life. And they probably could. When you got people down in Mexico killing up their families, they done just took over. Pretty soon it's gonna be nobody down there in South America that's gonna be there. You killing up people, you're killing up your market. People want to get out of there. And then they say we can't go back because if we go back, they're gonna kill us.
But that's the problem right there. The United States want to be so great. If y'all really want to be great, why don't you handle these people where they at and try to help clean out? Oh, my fault. You can't. Oh, that's right. You can't because you don't have the resources to do it. Because you got to work with the government down there because, that's the diplomatic thing to do, work with the government. So it's like America is like, you know how you had that one lady on your street that everybody can go to and go to her house and get some food. She real nice and she everything. and everybody sends their kids down there. But everybody don't cook like she do, and she can't tell you what to do at your house.
Right.
But you gonna send your kids to her house to eat, but you ain't trying to fix your house.
Right.
They got to keep coming down to that lady house. Why don't you fix it? And then you get mad when her son or something or kids at the door like, nah, you can't come in. Why you mad? America need to handle what's across seas and have a real talk to these governments and say, hey, look, stop sending your people. Because at this point, y'all just sending people. Y'all ain't even trying to help them.
No, they're not. And what they're saying is, well, the government is corrupt. The president of Mexico is corrupt. The president of Venezuela is a dictator. They got some kind of derogatory name to call all of them. Okay, so if that's the case, why don't you move them out of office? That's another fear factor. And I think that's it. That's what they want to do. It seems like they want to keep people in fear. And those who are not, those of us who are fearless, they tell us we too woke. And okay.
Right, but then you got a whole bunch of people. Hold on, but you got a whole bunch of people ready to step up to be worse than the person that you got rid of. That's the stupid part.
And they're learning from them. But see, and also the young people are learning from them, and they're mobilizing. And I think it's going to be a huge groundswell. That's why Vivek Swasmami, he wants to raise the voting age up to 25. Why? Because them 18 to 21-year-olds going to vote your dumb behind out. And did you hear any of the debate the other day?
Yeah, a whole bunch of high school debates. That was a high school debate. If that was not a high school debate, I don't know what was.
Wait, I have been in a high school debate, and the high schoolers conduct themselves far more professional than those people did the other day. They just look like a bunch of bobo heads. And then they could just then they start screaming at each other. Well, I'm going to do this. I just turned it off. I said, none of them are fit. And then you see Chris Christie, he couldn't even stand up long. He had to lean on the lamp, he had to lean on the pole. He had to lean on the desk. He was leaning, he leaned over this way. And then for a minute, I thought because he started sweating, I thought he was gonna stroke out on us.
He was leaning. The reason he was leaning, because he was thinking like, oh, what am I going to do when I go to the Bahamas this weekend? I just don't understand. What am I going to do? Like, I'll be glad when this debate, how long we got on this debate? Like, how long let me look at my watch again, because this is supposed to be over.
I really don't have anything valid to say. And all they did was jumped up and down and screamed and hollered how the 45th should have been on the days with them. He should come in. He don't want to come in and defend his record. And Christie goes, well, why he doesn't want to come in and defend his record? Because he can't defend. It's indefensible. Right. How you stand in front of the American people and say, vote for me because I'll set you free. And his whole agenda, he has not spoken on policy, on program, or anything. And he said, when I get back in the office, it's going to be retribution. So you going to take up the taxpayers' money and our time for 4 years, and you want to get back at everybody who you feel slighted you?
Right.
Now, how is that a political thing? That's even worse than high school. Remember when you was a little kid? Remember when you was a little kid and you put your fingers to the eye like, I see you. I'm gonna kick your butt at 3:30. I'm telling you, 3:30 coming, it's gonna be a fisticuff. 3:30 come and you can't find that bully no place. Because they ready to fight you. And I don't need to be in the debates. I'm already in first place. Okay. And so
if that ain't the kiddiest thing I ever heard. Like, I don't have to show up to school because I'm smarter than the teachers. Okay. So you just gonna walk in the building and they gonna hand you a diploma because you declared in your mind that you smarter than the people. So you took that to the White House. I declared these files classified in my mind.
I declassified them. And then he goes, I didn't have to declassify them. They belong to me. Everything belongs to me. And they talk about this guy is a sane person.
But
his mental acuity is damaged.
Christy Kringle said it the best.
It's called him Christy Kringle.
Yeah, Christy Kringle said it the best. He said his name is Donald Duck because he didn't want to show up. And what did Donald Duck do? It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. 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 Everything is mine. So you already know. You already know. Like, for real. You could have wrote on a piece of paper and said, this belongs to Donald Duck. And he would have been like, this mine.
That's mine.
That's mine. It has my name on it. It's mine.
And it's like they cannot, they're looking to see how much stupider they can be from one Republican to another Republican. It's like DeSantis is trying to out 45th the 45th. You know, like Jim Jordan, he thinks he's smarter than everybody because he went to law school for 15 minutes and he want to try to go up against a seasoned prosecutor. I mean, this woman could outthink him on a bad day. She could be having cramps, her head hurting, everything, her feet done swole up, it got whatever, and she could still take him down with one sentence. You people shouldn't, and you know, my thing is, she shouldn't waste her time and energy and effort on an unarmed person because he could, you know, he literally opened up his mouth and removed all doubt that he was stupid. He really did.
He did what Forrest Gump said. Stupid is as stupid does. That's what it is. That's all I got to say about that. I'm going home now. What? You done had us run all this way, and you gonna just turn around and go home? For real?
I'm tired. I just want to go home.
Yeah, like for real, bro. We ran all this way, and
all
you gonna turn around.
And you went from ocean to ocean. Okay,
right.
I'm tired. I want to go home now. And
then they let him walk back.
And
excuse me, I'm sorry. We'd have been fighting. I'd have been like, Forrest.
Oh,
you just not walking on us, Forrest.
Yeah, that was one for me too. I was like, and people in the movie theater was like, "What the? Wait, what?" I'm like, it's a movie, people. It is.
So ain't nobody gonna trip him or nothing?
Nothing.
I mean, he had to fall or something. He had to do something. See, that's how petty I am. Like, I would have been on his heels all the way to the crib. I would have made his shoes come off, everything. Because you're not gonna just turn, bruh. I'd have ran with you all the way to the house.
3,000 miles we've come, and now you tell me you want to turn around? I'm not thinking that.
My shoes got holes in them because I was running with you so much, and we ain't even stopped because they never said they stopped for nothing.
They did not to stop to go to the bathroom. Only time they stopped once in the rain when they got splashed with the mud, and he took somebody's yellow T-shirt, and when he wiped his face off, I had to smile.
Yeah, I said, how ignorant is that? That was your face was the smiley face. Oh, okay,
and he invented that. I mean, it is one of my favorite movies. It was very well done, and this is why this cat is. You know how Ronald Reagan, he became the president. What if we can get one of our other celebrities, like a star? Well, he's not a celebrity, he's a star. Tom Hanks. If Tom Hanks decided to get into the political arena, I think it would be awesome. He says he's not going to do it. Gavin Newsom, I mean, that would be my pick. But I would ask Gavin Newsom, you know, and people have been asking him, you know, why won't you, you know, run for president on the Democratic ticket? He said, I'm the governor of California. Let me handle my people at home. Let me do this. They said if California was a separate country, we would be the fifth largest nation. Because
why would I? Right. Why would I want to run the whole world when I could just run California, which is 3 parts of the whole world? Like, I don't need the whole world. I'm straight. I can't handle what I got here. So let me handle the world.
Okay, I'm trying to get guns, these horrible guns off the street. I'm trying to want to get these kids to understand the importance of an education. He's doing a lot of things. I mean, I've watched the governorship. You know, they said when you're in politics and when you're in the presidency, specifically, that high up office ages you faster. I mean, because he's still good looking. He's going to be looking good when he's 80, 90 years old. Barack Obama is the best looking president we ever had. He was finer than me. He's finer than me than John F. Kennedy. I mean,
but you know what, though? For real, it's the truth. Because, you know, within 4 years, Obama was headed to the white zone. His hair was turning colors and everything.
Right in front of our face.
Right in front of So you know the worry he had on his mind. Like,
and they're talking about he was
real.
the worst president. He was the worst president ever. No, you were the worst party ever. And you really think that that America belongs to these Republicans? It doesn't. You work for us. And people need to realize when people working for you and they're not doing their job, and you ask them, you try to show, you work to show them what the process was. This step comes before this step. You can't start with A and go all the way to W when you haven't done B, C, D, and E. And you want this person to be the president? No. It's it's just ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. And this is okay. Now, how they want to impeach Joe Biden, because the 45th was impeached not once but twice, and he got 91 charges against him. He has been found fraudulent about lying to the state of New York, lying to the people about how much money he made, how much his properties were worth. And the judge said to Letitia James, you can go ahead on with your civil case, because I'm making sure you get no business here in the state of New York, and you can't do business in the state of New York. You can't be on a board or anything. And he act like, well, I don't think he understands. He's saying $250 million. That's nothing to me. I'm worth way more than that. Way more than that. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
so wouldn't that make you think? What would that make you think if you telling somebody you don't have the numbers right? I'm worth more than that.
Remember what they said. You keep forgetting who you talking to. You talking to you talking to the person that you put like this. If you was your own lawyer, you would still go to jail because you would not know how to defend yourself. You don't defend you defend yourself with the truth that's killing you. So it's like I'm telling you on stage that I'm worth more than this. But I'm only writing down that I'm worth $2, but I'm really worth $5. But I'm telling you I'm worth $5, but on my taxes and stuff, it say $2. So I'm busting on myself. Like, who busts on themselves?
He does. He can't help himself. Everything that he says somebody else is doing, he's done it. He continues to do it. It's like a little kid that, get in trouble and the mama catch their hand in the cookie jar and she say, Calvin, get your hand out the cookie jar. Mama, my hand ain't in the cookie jar. That's Buddy. Buddy hand in the cookie jar. And it's like, who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes? Then they went to look back. Again, they got a spreadsheet out. Y'all can Google it. They got a spreadsheet out about how he has been stealing from New York State, from the government for decades. And he said, you don't know how much I'm worth. I'm worth way more than that. They looked and found out that he had cheated the government and continues to cheat people that he does business with and he was right, to the tune of $2.2 billion. Not 300 million, $2 billion. So the judge said, he must have went into his best version of Snidely Whiplash. I can't even say it's okay.
Right.
Snidely Whiplash. Let me go see what else I can do to disrupt Dudley Do-Right's do-gooder personality.
Right.
I'll tie Jane to the train track. He's not gonna save her, and he's not Jane Neal. I'm coming now. Somebody's gonna have to step up to this.
Right.
And we don't know who it is. I don't know if you're familiar. I know you heard his name. One of the young people that was involved in the mass killing down at Parkland High School in Florida.
Right.
David Hall. He started an organization called The Leaders We Deserve. And they're doing a serious grassroots effort. And that's why Visitech wants what's his name? The guy, the millionaire. Because everybody keeps saying, where the heck did he come from? Who is he? We can't even. And then he tried to piggyback on Barack Obama. Yeah, I'm the brown man with a funny name, like the other brown man with a funny name. Okay, now you telling us black?
Yeah,
you see the difference between black and brown people? Because we're not black, we're brown. Personally, I'm burnt sienna. I know what color I am. Yeah.
Right.
And they're sitting up there, talk about stupidity and the impeachment. Okay, the Republicans said the 2 impeachments against the 45th was like a circus. It was just like it was like political theater. Okay, so wouldn't that political theater? So how can he label the impeachment inquiry of Biden over his family's dealings, and he calls it a disgrace? This is a Democrat congressman, Representative Greg Casar. He's a Democrat from Texas. He said, okay, how are you going to argue that the impeachment inquiry into President Biden is political theater? Impeachment hearings, according to what Comer displayed in his tweet. And he said, the Republicans, you sit on the floor of the United States House saying impeaching the 45th was political theater. So if you thought that impeaching the 45th was political theater, then what would you call this? He labeled the impeachment inquiry into President Biden and his family a disgrace, and it is a disgrace because there's nothing there. You know, when your star witness said, there's nothing here, I don't know, you know, I don't know what you want us to do. You know, we're not going to lie.
That's like really playing spades and somebody hollered, he reneged. How did he renege? Spades led. What? So how did he renege? He threw out spades. No, he reneged. He reneged. I seen it. So you seen it, and ain't nobody else at this table see that he ain't reneged. This don't even make no sense. You can't come over here no more, Carl. You can't come over here, Carl.
He can't play. You
can't play no more. You see reneged.
See, and it can't be, you know, a two-tier judicial system. Okay, it was bad when the 45th got indicted twice. And they had proof. I mean, these witnesses were coming up and they were letting them know. The twin brothers in the military, where he wanted them both fired because they wouldn't do his bidding. Rudy Giuliani lying on these women, you know, and just disrupt their lives and say, and then he come, oh yeah, right, I lied. Okay, but what about the destruction of their lives? What can you do to make sure that they come out whole? No,
he ain't gonna do nothing. He don't pay nobody.
I got a question. Okay, this is going back to the crazy guy from Ohio, and him saying that he wants these papers from Fani Willis, and she said that she doesn't have to give them to him. Isn't he obstructing justice?
He don't think he is. So
I think he should be indicted for obstruction because he's trying to stop a state situation that he has nothing to do with. You know, he's just running interference. He ain't stopping nothing. He's just running interference. They offense is to be defense at the same time. Now you can't play the game and then block at the same time. I'm talking about. You can't be offense and defense at the same time. It doesn't work like that.
But they think they can. They think they can jump on the field and I can block as well as catch a touchdown too at the same time.
Oh wait, I'm the quarterback. I could throw the ball, and then I'm gonna run down the field and I'm gonna catch the ball, and I don't need the offensive line because I'm the offensive line and I'm gonna outrun the competition.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to decline on that because the dude, the quarterback from the Cleveland Browns, he throws the ball and go blocking at the same time. So this boy is a bad boy.
He is not scared.
Right.
He is not scared. I mean, the Browns are looking really good, man. I mean, we got something to talk about with the Browns, but it's a team sport. Politics is a team effort. You cannot do this by yourself. And they seem like, I'll get in this silo and I'll bring all these crazy people in with me. And what are they going to do? Just hypothetically speaking, what if he does not make it to the Republican National Convention? What if somebody comes from someplace and say, okay, enough of this is enough of this, you know, and you can't just keep throwing money at it and think it's going to be better. It's not. The guy that was out here running against Karen Bass to be the mayor of Los Angeles.
Right.
He spent $200 million of his own money and still lost.
That's a lot of money.
You
know what I could have did with $200 million? My mama could have got her house fixed. I could have got my house fixed. We could have got that old raggedy car out the backyard. You know how much money I could have paid for my daycare, everything. You know what I could have did for that $200,000? And then threw a barbecue.
I would have threw for the whole neighborhood. this is what the sad part about it. Well, it really wasn't sad for Los Angeles because Karen Bass is an awesome chick. I've met her several times. She is awesome. She like one of those, when you see one of them little tiny people, she'd be the one. If I saw her and a bear in a fight, I'd get a bear stick because he gonna get a whooping from her. The little ones kind of frighten me because they got some chutzpah. And this was what the killer part was. He had been a lifelong Republican. And he figured like, well, I'll switch to the Democratic Party. I'll run for mayor. I won't use anybody else's. I won't use these big donors. I won't take money from the dark places. I got my own money. He spent $200 million and he still lost.
And I still can't get $5 from him.
And we can't get.
I can't get $5.
You can't call him and ask him. He'll say, "I'm $200 million short. I lost the elect." We have not heard from him. And if he was really concerned about the state of Los Angeles and the issues that he was saying that he was going to help eradicate, you don't see him anywhere. There's this beautiful. She is just absolute. We just love her. She is called Sweet Alice. She is that woman. She the lady you was talking about, but they sent all their kids down there to her, and she straightened them all out. This is how Sweet Alice is. He went down to Sweet, and she's been living in the hood for 100. Nobody bothers her. They tell you the gangbangers will oh no, you ain't touching her. You ain't even coming on the street, getting close to her. They keep her protected, and he got her on his arm, and he walking down. Everybody knows Sweet Alice. And I was like, oh, he think he funny. He think he gonna use her like that? And it kind of blew up in his face.
Right. You don't. You know why you don't see him, right?
Because he crying in his suit.
No.
What?
He had to go to work. He got to
he forgot he had a job.
He worked third shift. You ain't gonna see him in the daytime. He worked third shift. He ain't bothered. He had to go back to work. He was like, "Hey, where? Oh, damn, that was all my money. I got to go back to work.
$200 million.
Well, I'm gonna find this private factory to work at that don't nobody know me, so I can work at the factory. He work at the factory now. He worked third shift.
It was just ridiculous. It has been so ridiculous, and they keep wanting to call. You can't do this, and then they always want to say, well, okay, so we'll kick immigration down the road. The Democrats do it too. But you haven't seen the Democrats or any sane person say cut social program, cut people's social security, supplement, cut the SNAP program, cut daycare. It's ridiculous what daycare is out here in every place. Oh, maybe.
I mean, think about it. Not only daycare for kids. Daycare for adults.
Right. They
forget about for that. Adults.
They forget about
nursing home for adults.
Right. And the fact that, there's a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of adult daycare centers. A lot of people, the caregivers need a break. So they take them so what do they think they're going to do with this? They have no solution for anything, and they're not even trying to have solutions. This guy is running on a platform, and he done told you. He tell you everything he's going to do. I don't know why people still refuse to listen to this guy. When a guy tell a chick, we can be involved, but I don't want to have any kids. Well, can you have kids? Yeah, but I don't want any kids. So if we're going to do the thing, I'm going to have on a raincoat or two because I don't want to have any kids. Oh, but then you're like, I'm going to change your mind because I'm going to put a hole in that condom. Let me put it on you. Oops. Oh, I'm pregnant. Well, I told you I didn't want to have any kids. Well, I'm pregnant and I'm going to have this baby anyway. And they'll go, he'll say, well, what you going to do about that? What you mean? What I'm gonna do about it? Well, you the one decided that you wanted to have a baby, and I told you from the beginning I didn't want a baby. You want to have one anyway. Now he done told you he don't want any kids. He done told you. This guy told you everything that he wanted to do. I'm not running on the platform. I don't care what other people say. I don't care about kids. I don't care about kids. I don't care about my own grandkids. I don't care about my own daughter. His son Eric. He just looks so pathetic. And they tell me, I can't believe that everybody is ganging up on my father. He's a good father. Yeah, because you're trying to suck so far. Shut up, mother love. Because you want to be. It's like looking at him and how he talks about his father and his relationship seemed like the 45th crack duck. What do you call him? Donald Quack. his father treated him the same way. All he wanted to do all his life was get his father's approval. And all his father kept telling him was, you're a loser, you're a loser, you're a loser. And if this is coming from the person that you expect to protect you and give you the right information to go out and be a viable, productive member of society, you're doing everything you can so that he doesn't look at you like a loser. But you are.
But
the
he
whole
don't care
family is. Only body in his family who's not getting indicted up there in New York is his daughter Ivana, and his daughter Tiffany. His daughter. Tiffany.
And his son. His other son.
Well, he's just a child.
But he can get indicted too.
No, he's just a child. He can't even do it.
He a grown child at 6'5".
No. Wait a minute. They said that the guy said he was 6'3" and weighed 215 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's grown. He's grown.
No, the president said, or his doctor said that he was 6'3", and he weighed 215 pounds, and he was in excellent shape. How you gonna be in excellent shape when you gotta take two hands to hold a glass up to your mouth? I don't get it. I mean,
if you 6'3", ain't the tallest dude that we got right now is the French dude from the basketball team, and he's 7 foot tall.
Right.
Like, come on, bruh. You ain't even ain't got to do no leaps or nothing. The basket is like right by the top of your head.
You ain't even got to dunk. You can do it with your fingertips.
Right. They can just throw you the ball. You like, I dumped the ball for you. How do you say? Hooray! Hooray!
Oh, good for me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids is like these kids. Listen, when you have kids, and this is how you know the world is going in a whole different direction. When your kids come out with a full beard and a full set of hair, like for real, like a full beard, looking like a factory worker, and he snoring like he worked at the factory.
Wait a minute. And they got teeth.
Yeah, and they can talk whole sentence. They can talk whole sentence and lock your phone up. And lock your phone up.
And they know more than you do when they come out. I'm serious. And they're going so fast. And I think with the internet, it's just too much information for their young minds to process. It's overwhelming for me. And it's overwhelming for a lot of adults. And I've even talked to people who do this for a living, who program, and they say sometimes you just got to shut it down. You just can't go 24 hours, and these kids will go 24 hours with that phone.
But my friend said, people cherish their dogs, and I'm not here to hate on the dog lovers, but they cherish their dogs. So, most people buy the big bag of dog food for the dog. My boy said he wish he could buy that for his son, because that's about how much he eat every day.
Okay, and teenage guys, adolescent guys, and teenagers, they will eat. When they say they will eat you out of house and home. They will eat you out of house and home. And if you're you playing a sport, football players coming up, they come in the house. You could go to the grocery. I remember going to the grocery store, and our son will open up the refrigerator, and he will go, nice pack, right? I'm a bulk shopper. I don't want to run out of anything. Right. I'm prepared. He comes in and goes, there's nothing in here to eat. And I was like, what do you mean there's nothing in here to eat? Maybe you don't want to eat that. Well, I want to eat something else where you could reach your hand down in your jeans, pull up whatever money you got, and go to the grocery store and buy what you want. Because this is what's going to jump off right here. And they can eat. I mean, they can eat.
It's nothing left on. When you see a teenager eat, like chicken or beef or something like that, there is no bone on the plate. Like, I'm looking at my little cousin, like, where the bone at?
There is something.
Like, what bone?
Chew
like,
it down.
I said the bone that come on the drumstick. He said it wasn't no bone on the drumstick. I said, boy, don't you got legs? Don't you got bones in your leg? He's like, yeah, but the chicken ain't had no bones in it. I said, boy, you done inhaled everything.
They will eat everything in sight. And when he was playing football, our son was playing football, it was like, I couldn't cook enough. And then he would bring his friends over. And if it's like 4 of them at the table. And I got and this happened. I made a big pot of spaghetti. Big, the big pots with the blue dots on them. I made a big pot of spaghetti. We had a nice salad. I made garlic bread, and I fried some fish because that's what they ate.
Yeah, fish and chicken, fish and spaghetti go together.
I didn't understand that part.
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
that's some hood. That's some hood.
And spaghetti. Shouldn't that be for another meal?
That's hood. That's hood. That's hood. I don't know how that go together.
Oh, you like how spaghetti and fish go together?
Yeah, that's hood. I don't understand how that really go together.
And it does. So I
know it do.
And I cook enough. Like on Sunday, I'll make a big dinner on Sunday. I might cook another meal on Monday, and then on Tuesday I'll repurpose what we had for Sunday. So I'm like, okay, this is more than enough food. I won't have to cook tomorrow. You couldn't even tell that spaghetti was in that pot. They done took the garlic bread, tilted the pot over, and they were sopping the spaghetti sauce, the scrapplings out the pot.
See, you got to stop right there. I need you to explain to our other non-melanin people what sopping means. Because some people in the back row said they didn't understand.
Did you put a sock in it?
No, sopping.
People know what sopping is. You take a piece
Some
of
people
bread,
don't know.
You dip it in. Like if you eating beef or juice, you dip it, you put the bread in there, and you sop that bread, you sop that juice up. You sop that. It's like it is. It's sopping. And they sop up the green juice. Our parents used to they called it pot liquor. And after everybody ate the greens, they would take the pot liquor, put it in a bottle, and put them in the refrigerator. Right. And then they would warm them up, and you drinking all you drinking is green juice. But it kept you regular.
Right. It kept you regular all day.
And all day. Sometimes they could eat. I thought I made this woman. I'm into my Mediterranean realm now. I'm learning how to cook Mediterranean food, and I made this. Why can't I call it a name? Anyway, it was this great salad, and it came with pomegranates, and I put glazed pecans in it. I'm like, I just wanted to see if they like. They was like, "Is this all you made?" I'm like, these are teenagers. I mean, it was like a bowl this big. That's all you made? Wait, can you make some more? I'm like. It's my sorority sister and one of our girlfriends. They came out to California to spend some time with us. So she said, I had fixed them dinner. Everybody went to bed when they wanted to. They got up in the middle of the night and ate the rest of the salad. Then they went and told the other soror, when you go to Mother Love's house, I'm telling you, watch that salad. Because anytime she's an awesome cook. Because we got up in the middle of the night to eat salad. Who gets up in the middle of the night and eats salad? You get up in the middle of the night and you make a cold chicken sandwich or you eat a bowl of cereal. I got up and they said, we ate that salad. That was the best salad I ever had. Man, and don't even want them cooked. They can, but they don't.
These kids is going to the farm. These kids is going to the farm talking about, I'm going to eat that chicken. I'm going to eat that cow. That's coming to the house today. Because it's like, forget the middleman. The middleman is the grocery store. Just send them straight to the farm. Like,
straight to the farm.
That's going to be your cow. That's going to be your chicken.
And they don't even, I think a lot of them don't even know where their food comes from. And I remember us we would get up early in the morning and they would start on the west side with the vegetables and they would go and we had to pick our own vegetables, get our own grapes. We had to pick our own fruit. You went through the patch and you got what you needed. And we all had bushels and we, got the stuff. And then we would come back in and they would go to the slaughterhouse. See, if people went to a slaughterhouse and actually saw these cows and pigs and chickens, you would probably never eat meat ever again.
You would never eat. Yeah, I went to a slaughterhouse.
I mean, it was just horrible. It was, they strung them up and they split them down the middle. And then they tell them, well, they're grass fed and, they have no antibiotics or no hormones. You still going to kill the cow and eat it. And if you're not eating the skin, you're going to make leather. And if you're not, you're going to use everything you can on a cow. And what they say, we can eat everything on a pig but a squeal.
Right, but now this is the thing. Where's the cows going? Because now we got vegan leather. We don't have leather no more. They said that they have a shortage of leather.
Well, why is it a shortage of leather?
What is they doing with the cow skin? Because if you're not making cow, not trying to put a conspiracy theory out here, but if you don't got cows, how do you got skin? I'm just saying. Something to think on. It's just something to think on. But if you went to a slaughterhouse, you probably would never eat meat again.
Never. You
never. You would never. No. You and to see how they clean it. You know what I'm saying? How they clean up after it.
And all the pieces parts that's on the floor. When I went to a slaughterhouse once in my life, I would go to the chicken farm and get the eggs out the hen house and watch them come out there and wring the chicken's neck, and the chicken running all the way around, and they wring the chicken's neck and his neck all over here, and then he just fall over dead, and they pluck the feathers and cut the head off if they want the head cut off, and they would do the same thing. And I'm like, okay, and fresh chicken tastes way different.
Yes.
If they ate fresh chicken, you would.
Real chicken. I'm talking about real fresh chicken. I ain't talking about the one that you get in the store and you don't really know what his real name was.
What? And where he really came from.
Where he really came, because he really came with 6 wings. What? Like I don't understand how you got a chicken with 6 wings. Like, where is he flying to? Okay. You should get there like a jet.
And what they're doing to turkeys and chickens. I mean, you should not eat a chicken or a chicken that is ready for market in 33 days, from egg to chicken, from egg to market. 33 days, they shooting them up with hormone. One time I went to the store and I knew it was something because they were on sale. So they had the chicken quarters. It was the leg and the thigh together, and they had them all laid out, and they was unusually big. I mean, it was like I couldn't get my whole hand around the drumstick because it was so big. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that. So my girlfriend, she picked her up a packet and she said, Mother Love, I wish I had listened to you when we was in the store, because she said it doesn't even taste like chicken.
Oh, no, you at the house eating like one of those medieval days, and you at the house like, oh my God, I got this chicken is the greatest chicken of all the times. I'm going to keep eating this chicken.
And it's not. They sell that's a staple at the state fair out here in California. They sell big chicken, big giant turkey legs, and it looks abnormal. And I'm like, if it doesn't look right, it probably is not right. Well, we're right.
If the turkey leg is the same size as my legs as a human, there's a problem, Houston. There is a problem.
And you should not eat that. Some stuff we just shouldn't eat.
If your kids grow up in 30 days, if your kids go from a baby, an infant, to a grown adult in 30 days, what you gonna do?
Ain't nothing. What? You got to feed them. See, that's what it seemed like. Our kids, we went from babies to teenagers to adults. Like it just seemed like the time went by really, really fast. And they said, if you want to see time fly, watch a child grow up.
Yeah, right, because they already think we was here. They really believe that we just appeared. All of a sudden, we was grown adults.
Oh wait, right? we were not children. I had to tell my grandchildren, well, not anymore, because they know. They was like, they think that you were born grown. And I was talking about something I said when I was a little girl, and they stopped and said, you weren't a little girl. I'm like, what do you mean I wasn't a little girl? I was a baby at one time. I couldn't walk. Then I learned how to walk, and they were like looking at me like this.
Right, like
you a child? You like a child? I said, yes, I am somebody's daughter. I am somebody's sister. I'm somebody's niece. I'm somebody's aunt. Yes, I was not born grown. Well, heck, I thought my mother knew Paul Revere. And I argued with my girlfriend, my next door neighbor. I mean, we argued all the way home from school, and our lesson was on Paul Revere. And I came out and we were talking about that. And I said, girl, we could get all the information we need because my mama knew Paul Revere. She said, no, she didn't. I said, yes, she did. No, she did. All the way home. We running up 3 flights of stairs. Mama, tell her you knew Paul Revere. She said, who? Paul Revere, who? The guy, one is by land, two is by sea. She said, baby, I couldn't. No, nobody in our family were born in the 1700s. I don't know Paul Revere. And all she said, my girlfriend said, see, I told you. See, that's why I'm kind of particular about, getting my facts straight most of the time. And I was like, I was humiliated. And I was actually pissed because what you mean you don't know Paul Revere? I thought you knew everybody. I was outdone. And then talk about fair play. Our son came in, he was arguing. It was like I was having a flashback. He was arguing with his friend across the street. No, he said, my mama was. I'm telling you, she told me she was one. And he was like, no, your mama wasn't. Yes, she was. No, she wasn't. We gonna ask, mama, tell him you was a slave. Okay. No, honey, I wasn't a slave. He said, well, you always said you slaving at work, you slaving over hot stove. I said, what kind of slavery are you talking about? He said, from the olden days that you was a slave. I said, no, that wasn't it. Yes, I might work hard and I might be slaving sometimes. I was not a slave. I wasn't an indentured servant. So then he wanted to take it a step further. Okay, you want to say, well, Granny was a slave though, wasn't she? She was an old. I said, no, baby. We can go back 6 generations.
Yeah, nobody.
Go back the furthest. She was born free. So no, he was. What you mean he wasn't born a slave?
Yeah, see that I told my little cousin. But I had to, when he got older, he was like, "Man, you lied to me all that time." Because I told him. He asked me like, "Where'd you come from?" He asked me one day. He said, "Where you come from?" I said, "Well, when we first arrived here, it was kind of hard because it was hard to land on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't know how to land." You know what I'm saying? We were just used to flying around all the time. He was like, y'all was flying? Yeah, because I wasn't really from this earth. You know what I'm saying? It's a planet right behind. And I'm convincing him. And I'm not, look, mother love, I got a serious look on my face. See. So he don't see no cracking, no nothing. He was like, so you flew here? I was like, yeah, that's how I flew here. And he was like, so what about your son and stuff? I said, Dad, that's my Earth son. But I have another son on the planet that's right behind Pluto. And he was like, and I ain't got a smile on my face or none of that. I'm talking about I'm looking serious like I got a thorn in the bottom of my foot. I'm looking serious. And he was like, wow. So when he got older, he got to be a adult, a grown adult. He said, man, you had me thinking for years that you was from another planet. I'm telling all my friends, I said, but you fell for it. But he said your face was so serious. Wow. Like you didn't, but it was funny to me that you believe it.
That was just plain evil.
No, that was my first debut.
You never told him different?
No, I never told you different till he came to me and said, man, why you lie to me? I said, cuz at the time, it just seemed like it was fun and you was believing it. So I just couldn't even stop. I said, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's the kind of stuff that send you to the microwave section of hell. Because that was wrong on so many levels. People don't understand. Y'all, the people older than us, we believe what you tell us. And if you don't tell us right, we'll go through life believing that. I mean, for a long time, my sister told me I didn't belong to my mother. I told you that. She said, mama found you on the St. Paul church step. You don't belong to us. Why you think you got all that red hair and all them freckles? And none of us have red hair and freckles. So I was like, well, and I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I do got red hair. Look at all these. I have freckles all across my nose and all across right up under my eyes. And when I got older and I went, was out in the sun all the time and got several shades of darker, and they blended in with the rest of my face. And I thought about that till I was like, my mother told me that my sister was crazy, and she did whoop my sister for telling me that lie because I was traumatized. But I would always, kind of think maybe she was telling the truth. maybe I don't belong, to them because I was out in deep third for my brothers and sisters. I'm the one got the most whoopings. I got the most punishments because I was a critical thinker, and I would think, and I would think about the consequences, and then I would say, "Oh yeah, I could do that because I could deal with the consequences." And stuff that had consequences that I couldn't deal with, I wasn't doing it. I mean, I had sense enough to know to not do that because your parents can jack you up, and you've got siblings and your cousins, they will jack you up,
Right.
and you'd be like, "Dad," and then all be on that because we thought that was funny. We thought it was funny, and you went for it. You were just stupid.
Yeah, because my license, I told him my license run out in a couple years, so I'm gonna have to go back because I don't have a license to stay here.
So you just kept that. See,
I just kept the line going for a long time till he got older to realize, like, dude, you ain't you lied to me all that time. I said, yeah, but it was so convincing to me that I couldn't even stop.
You almost believed yourself, didn't you?
I almost believe I could fly. I almost believed it. Like, woo, let me try to jump off this garage and see if I just fly away.
That's what we're gonna fly away right now and let everybody know that they can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and more. So stay tuned. Follow us on the platforms, and we'll be coming in getting at you as soon as we can. As soon if we don't get zapped into the microwave section of hell. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got to say.
That's all I got to say about that.
That's all we got to say about that. Peace and
Good night, Jenny. Good night, Jenny.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
I still can't see. Oh, no. Well, I could get it.